What do you do when you have more than one main point in the same presentation? We're going to look at a subscriber's question on how to manage this. His boss gave him two different topics and jammed them together in the same time slot. Incidentally, this question comes from Jinsu, one of our first subscribers, and a guitar player. It's coming at you, Jinsu. Welcome back, friends. I'm Lyon, and this channel Communication Coach is here to help you increase your impact and lead your teams with more excellence. One of the things that team leaders, frontline supervisors, frontline managers often have to do is stand up and present. It's one of the reasons why this channel hits that topic so hard. And today we're going to look at a question from a subscriber. He has two different topics that he's expected to squeeze into the same presentation. So let's read his question. Alex, now I have a question about structuring a presentation. What is a good way to set up a clear structure for more than one key idea when it has to be done during the same time slot? Let's say I am required to give a presentation titled Vision and Approach to Supervising Student Workers and Creating Marketing and Publicity for the College Union. Can you give me some tips and suggestions? Sure, I can give you a couple of tips. The first thing is that a lot of times people scheduling these events and these orientations and trainings don't realize that doing two presentations, two different topics in the same time slot can cause a lot of confusion for both the presenters and the people listening. So my first recommendation is for you to, if you can, break this up into two totally separate presentations. And if you can do it, break it up so that you're doing it and then someone else speaks and then you come up and do it again. Now it sounds to me like you're not able to do this, so let's move on to the second piece of advice. And that is, I would approach this. Let's say you have 20 minutes to do this. I would approach it as if they were two totally different presentations and do a 10-minute presentation with a little Q&A and then another 10-minute presentation with a little Q&A. Two separate topics. And I would even say that I'm going to talk about two different things today and then just do the first presentation, give all the content, all your main points, conclude it, wrap it up, and then say, let's take a few questions while we have time, and then transition and just be really clear that you're completely transitioning to a whole new presentation. So that means that each of these totally separate main points gets its own standalone presentation. Intro, body, conclusion, little Q&A, and then intro, body, conclusion, Q&A. See, the problem is if you're in the same time slot, the temptation is to somehow find some connective tissue that makes these the same topic, but they're really not. These are totally different. They're not two main points under the same heading. They're completely different skill sets, and so you want to approach them that way. The channel Communication Coach hits presentation skills pretty hard, like I mentioned, because whether you like it or not, as a leader, as a team leader or a supervisor, you're going to have to give trainings. It's also a big opportunity for you to distinguish yourself. When people see a good presenter, they say, this person is a good leader. It just translates that way in their mind. So there's lots of other presentation tip type videos on this channel. I encourage you to take a look around. If you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and do so. Feel free to post a comment or a question below. I'm pretty good about responding to almost every single comment. So thanks, God bless, and I hope you get to use the tips here in your very next presentation.